morning, everybody. I am Steve from Blossom Racing, and I'm bringing another video to you. And this video is going to be about packaging your engine into a box and shipping it. So let's dive right into it. So right here we have an engine that I just finished freshening up, and we are getting this ready to ship back to the customer. So really simple. Number one thing is spark plug. Remove the spark plug. A lot of people, I'll see the spark plug left in there, and the whole porcelain top gets broke off. So remove it. Take a nice piece of painter's tape and lay it right over the hole. Press her down nice and good. Now we're going to remove the air cleaner for the evac system. Main reason for removing this is just it's kind of tall and won't fit into the box that we get. Plus they could also get damaged, so you don't want to leave that on the engine when you ship it. Just remove the air cleaner. Take some more of your painter's tape just to seal up the hole here. Just like that. Now in this one you have these evac lines, and I highly recommend always removing these. The only times that you don't have to remove these is when you put it into one of those plastic containers where you actually bolt the engine down, because the engine won't move around in there. If they run into it with the high-low, the chance of damaging it is a lot less. So if you do use one of those plastic totes, just be warned that UPS will charge you an extra $20 because it's not in cardboard. So if you ship it in wood, in cardboard, or wood, plastic, anything but cardboard, they charge you extra money for it. And the reason for that is because they claim that the plastic and the wood won't slide or go down their conveyor belt, so they have to have an employee pick it up, walk it to its destination, and so then they charge you more. So if you do have one of those plastic containers, try and get a box that's 20 by 20 by 20 and drop your plastic container into the box. That way they won't charge you the extra $20. So your little fitting here, your evac fitting, definitely always remove this. And I see so many of these evac fittings come in and they're broke off, bouncing around in the bottom of the box. So please remember to remove that. Then I'm just going to get a little acetone just to clean up any of my oil from my fingerprints or oil from assembling this engine in this area. Wipe it off. Take your painter's tape, put it right over that hole, and tape it down. All right. We're going to go ahead and take this one off as well. This side does not get messed up or damaged nearly as much as this side does. And the reason for that is because your intake manifold and everything sticks out here, so it kind of protects this one. But for sake of argument, we are going to remove it. Now when you're shipping your engine here for a basic freshen up and a rebuild, there's really no need to tape it up. But if you want to, you can, because when it gets here, I mean, we are going to disassemble the entire engine. So there's no reason to tape it up. But hey, if you tape it up, no big deal. On the way back, we definitely don't want anything getting into the ports. I always make sure that the valves are closed so that nothing will go in through your intake up past the valve and get into the cylinder. I always make sure that everything is closed before shipping, but just as a safety, we will throw some tape over these so that nothing will sneak in there. Just like that. Now I take some bubble wrap and let me get a strand of it. So I just grab a hold of some bubble wrap. I'm just going to wrap this engine up so that it doesn't get damaged. If any parts come in contact with it, or if UPS kicks it, drops it, throws it. Just like that. Get her all wrapped up nice and good. Take my tape gun. Run some tape around it. Fold the top over the top of the engine. Get it all taped down like this. All right, there's the engine. That is ready to be inserted into the box. All these little parts, spark plug, I'll set it back in the spark plug box. It's got a little cardboard piece down in there that helps protect it. All these little pieces, I just take a rod box, a little bit of bubble wrap, wrap it up. This one fits into the box nice. Get the spark plug in there, get that fitting in there. That piece is ready. This longer one doesn't fit into that box, so I just take it into a pad pack and we will wrap that one up like that. So there's those two items. And now the evac air cleaner. Basically, I just grab, we have a small box, perfect size for those. Just get the box made up here. Get some bubble wrap. There's that box. Carburetor. Here's the carburetor. Usually you'll have a stud sticking out of here. Remove that stud. You got the idle adjuster right here. Remove that. Otherwise it's going to get broken off, bent, or just all around messed up. So twist that baby all the way out. Drop it right in the box here so it's protected. Carburetor. I take a box here. gonna just separate the box like that. Open her up. Lay that carburetor right in there. And just start taking the carburetor and roll it right up. Wrap some tape around her. Take some more bubble wrap, slide it down in the bottom here. Perfect. Set that aside. Got our engine. Okay, so that's all the parts. Now let's jump into the box and we'll see how to get it all in the box. All right, here's our box. So this box, because it has the carburetor and the evac air cleaner, intake manifold on, this box is a 16 by 16 by 16 box. If you're doing just the engine and you don't have any extra parts, you can do a 14 by 14 by 14 box. If you're just doing the block, you know, you can have just a 12 by 8 box. So for this box, we got the box all made. The second thing that you're going to want to do is enforce the bottom of this box a little bit. And there's a few different ways of doing that. You can just take some really thick pieces of cardboard and just lay them down in the box like that. That'll help strengthen it up. You can put a half-inch piece of plywood in the box, cut it out, drill some holes in it, bolt the actual motor right to it, and then do your stuffing around it. I mean, there's literally all kinds of ways of doing it. This is just how we found, you know, the best way of doing it to get this engine from point A to point B without getting extremely damaged. So here's the engine. Really simple. We're just going to drop her right down in there just like that. You got your evac air cleaner. Slide that right under there into the void part. You got your carburetor. Just going to stand that up right in the corner just like that. All your little parts here, you're going to lay right down into the bottom. And then you have this fitting. And I usually like to get them up here in the front of the motor down in this little void area. That way it just doesn't get damaged up there. And then the important part, packing it. So now we're going to pack all around this engine. And what we're going to use, what I recommend using is newspaper, wadded up paper, towels, blankets, pillows. You can use all that stuff. What I don't recommend using is peanuts. The little peanuts is going to allow all these parts to shift and move around in that box, and everything's going to run into everything. You're going to have cranks hanging out of the box. Intake manifold's going to be damaged. You know, carburetor's going to be who knows where. If the box gets ripped open, they lose parts. You know, all kinds of crazy stuff can happen. So with this now, you know, all we're going to do is stuff it really good. So here's a lot of the stuffing that we keep, and it's just paper. And I mean, don't be shy on this. Stuff this stuff down in there really tight. Some plastic works really good. You just want to take up all the void spots in there with this so that the engine doesn't bounce around. Your carburetor, stuff some in top of that carburetor. The old plastic bags from Meyer, those work perfect. Shredded up paper doesn't work very good, but I'll take that shredded paper and stuff it into one of those UPS bags, and so it kind of makes a pack, and I'll stuff that in there. And basically you're going to stuff this thing completely full all the way to the top, and make sure it's stuffed in there pretty tight. And when you're all done, to top it off, you just put this on top. Of course, it's packed, you know, the stuffing's all the way up there. Put that on top, close this up, tape her shut, and she's ready to ship. So hopefully this video is going to help you out a little bit when packaging your engines to ship them to us, to help protect them. You know, the biggest thing that I see that gets broke on one of these engines when they ship them to us is that evac fitting that almost always breaks off every time you ship it. Also, your drain plugs. If you have one of those petcock drain plugs with the hose coming off, or anything that's sticking off of it, off of the engine, I can almost guarantee you that is going to get broken off. So simply remove that, put a pipe plug in there to plug up the engine, leave it open, doesn't matter, because we're going to disassemble the whole engine and ship it off. That way your parts won't get broken and cost you guys more money. Hopefully this video helps you guys out, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a good day, guys.